for IM. It's not that good. But they got to win on Wednesday. Can they get more today?
I mean, it's not as do or die for IM as it is for Najin. Najin, the one who really needs to come out with a win here, as their schedule gets softer going from this point forward. Now, they are 4-6, so their matches have been a lot of 2-1s.
It's unfair to put OQ on that picture because he has not gotten to play most of those games. Poor OQ. Like, oh, look at our win rate. It's this guy's fault. Zephyr designed that graphic, I'm pretty sure. Some stats for the Dragon and the Baron right now. Less than a dragon a game, interestingly enough, for these two teams.
And here we go. Lilac really turning in a very solid performance in the last series against Jin Air.
Yeah.
He's been so good at lane swapping and getting these small advantages. Smart player, knows where he should be on the map. 100% on that Gnar. 1 and 2 on the Maokai, but he's played Maokai really well, so it's definitely one of his best champions.
Yeah. IM certainly has had their fair share of close games. You know, when you look at some of the records, it's not as lopsided as it may seem. You know, a lot of those games are fairly close.
Well, except when they got absolutely bodied by SK Telecom.
Yeah, that wasn't what I was thinking of when I said that.
And I love this play by Maokai right here. Flash Arcane Smash backwards after already using the Twisted Advance. Did a great job of cleaning up that team fight. See them pushing forward right there.
Yep.
Onto Jin Air, and Lilac actually getting that Gnar pickup. Jin Air letting it slip through the cracks that game, and Lilac turned into a really good performance. He had a great kill.
Very true.
Early on in that game.
Meanwhile, we're going to look at Duke. Only a 40% win rate, of course, but this guy is like one of the premier top laners in Korea, I'd say, right now.
Yes, he is very, very good. Has some of the best versatility alongside Smeb.
3-0 is Scion, which is actually pretty shocking, honestly.
Yeah, he is just... There's pretty much nothing in the meta he can't play right now.
Yeah. He
can turn games around all by himself. Of course, 4-1 on that Rumble also. He's manages to get some great equalizers. We see him right here turning on to Mundo and Thresh. Delaying them enough for Sivir to catch up another. Wow, what a great combo right there. Annie with the Tibbers over the wall.
Yeah, well, that's what Kane brings to it too. You know, again, his Annie is so good.
And here we go. Scion ult. Straight into a Cataclysm follow-up from Watch. He's knocking everybody up inside the pit. After that, more Scion play. Coming in on the inhibitor push right here.
Yep.
And just absolutely cleaning everybody up. The big Scion with the Iron Elixir.
Yeah, there you go. And there is Duke himself. Maybe if he starts like winning a lot, we can just change his name to The Duke.
The Duke. He can be the only Duke at that point.
It's true. It's an auspicious title.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty tough matchup, I think, for Lilac today.
I agree, yeah. It's definitely going to be one of his bigger tests that he's faced this season.
And Lilac, I think, is just better on some more of these tanky or crowd control champions. He's not the same level of carry that a player like Smeb or Duke is.
You know, it's strange looking at this matchup because, you know, in my gut, I want to give Najin the edge so much, but with the way IM's been playing lately, with the way Najin's been playing lately, you really have to, I feel like you have to call it a wash at this point. I really don't know who's going to take it. I still, if you made me pick, I would still pick Najin despite the win-loss record.
I think Najin has a pretty big edge, especially since they're starting OQ and Kane this game. This is, in my opinion, their best lineup that they have sometimes forsaken, even when they start losing matches. And IM also, I think, had a big overperformance. I think what they did with Tucson and Wisdom is not going to work for a long time. And there's Makuza.
Yeah, no reach today.
No reach. Reach MIA.
Reach MIA. Ping the map. Who knows where it's going to show up in his fantastic suits. There's Coach Kong for IM. His team had to put him in the hospital to get a win, but he survived it and he's back.
Final cat of Makuza today.
Yep.
Over for Najin. Normally it's only...
Makuza's dropped a lot of weight too.
Yeah. Normally it's only Reach and Final Cat in the booth. Makuza's always here, but they only let 2 coaches in the booth. And Final Cat more in charge of the picks and bans, it would seem.
Makuza's a bit intimidating too. I don't know if you'd want him scaring the players too much before the game. Here we go. Picks and bans, game number 1, IM versus Najin EM Fire. Lissandra, the first ban, up against Najin. They're going to respond with the champion, whose name is Cassiopeia. There we go.
So Cassiopeia, yet another ban against Frozen. He's been a Cassie specialist for longer than she's been in a playable state.
Yeah, but
in the current meta.
If you call her Cassie, it sounds kind of lame. So don't do that.
Okay, we'll call her Cassie till the end of time now, just to annoy you. So Rumble going to be banned out against Duke. That's not really Lilac's best champion. Might as well take away one of Duke's strongest.
It just makes a champion sound like it's the family dog or something.
Okay.
You're Cassie.
She could be the family pet. She's just a snake.
I guess so. Some people have pet snakes. That is true.
Cassie's a great name for a snake. It's short for Cassiopeia, which is,
okay.
Mythologically tied to snakes.
All right. Okay. I'll give you that one. You've convinced me.
As long as you think of her as the pet. But she basically,
so.
in the summoner system, she basically is a pet anyway, right? Because she's being controlled by somebody.
Well, back in the day, yeah, but now the summoners are gone. Everyone is in control of their own destiny now. That's right. Najin banning that Rek'Sai, and I am banning the Rumble and the LeBlanc. Probably a good idea to ban that Rumble against Duke.
And now, what will the final ban for Najin be? Are they going to let the Gnar go over? Janna still up as well.
Yep.
And that'll be a Lulu. Okay. Frozen has played a lot of Lulu this season. We've also seen Lilac help keep that Xerath alive, but Janna,
hello, Narjarvin.
The default pickup, and the Narvin very likely to come in. Although if you have Janna, you can deal with the Narvin. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That is by far the best champion for peeling that out, knocking Jarvan out of his ultimate, preventing any kind of follow-up.
Knocking up Gnar right before he's going to ult.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you have a lot of options with Janna if it is played well.
Yeah.
Matusin has been playing very well this week so far, and yeah, do it.
Yeah, first pick Sivir. That's the brave Duke we know.
Riven, yes.
Whatever. Riven, I knew that. I know who Riven is because I ban her every solo queue game.
So your teammates don't feed with her?
Yeah, that's the thing, is I'm not afraid of playing against Riven, really. I'm just afraid of my team playing Riven.
Okay, Kassadin going to be taken by Goong. Goong again blind picking this Kassadin. And so there will be a lot of options for Frozen to respond.
Yep.
But that's, Goong is one of those players that he is not afraid of showing his hand early, and he always has a relatively small champion pool, or 5 to 6 champions he can play at any given time.
Well, Kassadin is a fairly safe mid pick. If you're going to be, blind picking your mid, Kassadin's
as long
not
as
bad.
Frozen's not like a great Jace player, then yeah. But the Zed could come here as well. Frozen did play Zed in the last match, and that would be actually very problematic for Kassadin.
I agree.
Jarvan, more than likely going to be taken by IM, so Najin has one less engaged tool right here.
Hey, it's the Cloud Templar special, as far as the junglers go.
The old Cloud Templar troll, we're so used to it here. Corky Jarvan, very safe.
They've
Champion
been doing
selections.
They've been trolling Cloud Templar for well over a year now. You think this joke just never gets old for the players, apparently. Like a decade from now, the only player will remember what he played. It's going to be Cloud Templar because people are
we
still
saw his
trolling.
champions every single game, no matter what.
Well, the Corky and the Jarvan, great pickups there.
Lee Sin, pretty much going to be the response.
Ooh, and the OQ Tristana.
I would love to see this.
We've
it's
seen
always
it before.
such a pleasure.
And you will have the pleasure today, Monty. This has been locked in.
Yep, easy to play. Levels 1 through 5, Tristana against this Corky as well. So you don't have to deal with a lot of that harassment that you would have to confront against a Sivir selection. So now Incredible Miracle down to their last 2 picks. They will have to show their mid lane and top. Najin going to be last picking a support, a bit unorthodox, but with power picks and Gnar and Kassadin. And when you have players like Duke and Goong, these are acceptable risks.
Yeah, they've still got plenty of good choices as well. They've got the Thresh, they've got the Annie possibility, they've got a lot of choices. So, I am with their final 2 picks. And will we see Lilac play that Aurelia? I wonder.
Wow, that's not really a Lilac champion, but the
Aurelia, locking it in.
The Aurelia matchup into Gnar is becoming increasingly popular.
Yeah, it is.
Especially in non-Korean regions. It's something that we see a lot in Europe and China. just for some more early game harassment onto this star. It does make his life a little more difficult, slows down his farming.
Well,
and Frozen on the Xerath again. This time, though, he doesn't have the Lulu to help keep him alive, and playing it into Kassadin is quite dangerous in the late game, so hoping to harass early, but of course with that shield, Kassadin can block a little bit of that damage.
Yep. Oh, okay. So we may have the Nami for Kayn. We'll see. Nami, of course, plus Tristana can equal a very, very strong pushing lane.
I love Nami against Xerath because you can safely stand back and disrupt his spell casting in the back line, force him to dodge the tidal wave, or if he eats it, that'll set up some really good casting play by Goon. Also getting the peel, but if you have to get some peel in this situation against a Xerath, I would definitely take the Nami. Doing that protection to OQ and making Frozen's life a little bit more challenging at the same time.
All right, well, there you go. Our rosters for game number 1. Frozen was able to get a win with that Xerath last time out, but like you said, that Lulu was just such a big part of it.
It was absolutely huge to keep him alive. But no Ahri in this game, so less of a threat from a DFG Ignite combo. Will take Goong a little bit longer, generally speaking, to kill him, but he's not going to have a lot of help outside of Janna with this composition. Aurelia and Jarvan really needing to go in, and Jarvan just not going to be that effective against what Najin can do. They have 4 champions that can escape Cataclysm. Only Nami will be stuck in the pit without any mobility or way to get out. So Jarvan not going to be the most effective champion here for Incredible Miracle.
Yeah, very true. And even if Nami does get stuck in there, she can always just Aqua Prison whoever's in there with her and wait.
Yeah, they really need to start thinking about making picks with this composition and getting an early advantage for Lilac on Aurelia. We'll see if Najin wants to lane swap here. Certainly would be in their advantage to have some uninterrupted farming for Tristana and not have to deal with Aurelia in a 1v1 early.
Yep. That's right. Well, I am. You know, again, can they keep the momentum going against the Najin team that's really hurting right now? Game 1 coming into play here. Let's get on the Rift. That's how Watch looks every morning now that his team is 1-3 in Champion Spring.
Gets up,
clenches the fists and just
puts on his serious, angry face.
That's right. That's how he looks at all his teammates when he walks out of the bedroom in the morning, the team house. He's like, we need to win today. Well, Incredible Miracle versus Najin Empire. Game number 1, welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Oh boy.
So many rifts in this. Well, no summoners, but there's some rifts. Welcome to Rift Forest.
Yeah, when is Riot changing the name to just Rift? Now they've deleted summoners from the game.
Oh, looks like Tucson's got to be careful he doesn't get deleted at level 1 here.
I also look forward to players competing at Worlds every year for Cup.
Cup, yeah, that's right. You know, they want Cup.
They want the Cup.
That's right.
Just the Cup. There's only one.
Yep. Make sure you choose the right one, though. You're going to end up like the bad guy from the end of Indiana Jones 3.
Wow.
He chose poorly.
He did choose very poorly.
Yeah.
Even though
I'm like picturing
really
winning Worlds and picking up the wrong cup, and he like becomes old and like falls apart on stage. Like,
That was actually really obvious. It was literally just like a Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the others. It's like a room full of gold cups and one plain cup. It's like, how dumb do you have to be?
See, it shows just what can happen to the human mind when it is blinded by greed and so hungry for power. It's true. It's a lesson. The other lesson is don't mess with Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Valuable life lessons. Well,
true.
Will be. Lilac is actually helping here. They're going to give him the Krugs, it would appear.
Yeah, I guess so.
Before he heads into lane. I think they were assuming there was going to be a lane swap. Instead, it will be a delay. And so now...
Probably just going to teleport up there to catch the wave, huh?
Yeah, well, they really assumed that it was going to be a lane swap, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, there he goes.
So he is going to be able to hit level 2 a little bit faster as we look at the XP. So they hand that over, but they have to use TP. So they're trying to... What they're doing here is trying to keep Duke down. If it had been a lane swap, actually, they wouldn't have been there in time to freeze, so it would have been really beneficial.
Well, I like misses first 2 CS. Awkward.
Oh, he just wants to harass right now. Look at how fast he got that level 2, even though he missed the first couple of creeps.
Well, he wanted to take a little bit of damage as well, too, so that he could get the stun with the equilibrium strike.
But we didn't see it. Level 2 was achieved faster by OQ and Kane, so that's going to put some hurt onto Sunstar early on.
A lot of trading. Not a good trade for IM. I'm just waiting for Tucson to just like leave and join up with the Wisdom and start ganking again. I don't think it's going to happen this game, but I would love to see it.
Without the Thresh, he's just not going to have that same presence on the map.
Yeah.
But we'll see if that style prevails again. It did give them quite a bit of success. And
sure enough. Oh, Meganar. Oh, he missed the cannon. Nice stun from Duke, actually, preventing Lilac from getting that big money boost there.
Yeah, taking some damage as well.
Yep.
Really,
it's the subtle things that happen in the top lane.
Yeah, really also using that Krug gold to get an early green ward. He was planning on pushing that up, but it's not going exactly as he had planned. Duke with a lot of sustain and the early cloth armor.
Well, looking at the mid lane matchup between these two, Goong looking a little bit better on Kassadin than Frozen is, as far as Xerath goes. But then again, hasn't really been that many games, I suppose, for Frozen Xerath quite yet.
Goong's Kassadin has always been spectacular as well. It's one of the reasons why it's not so dangerous to, why they would prioritize that over having the Jarvan necessarily. And they have so many tools to deal with the Jarvan as well that you're not really worried about giving it up because there's not a good way for Incredible Miracle really to combo with that champion. As we see Wisdom easily clearing out the ward with the Raptor buff. He's going to flag and drag his way over to some deep wards in the enemy jungle. They did Sealy setting up on that top side, so
sure enough,
safe time to go in and try and steal away the big wolf right here while Lee just goes ahead for the Raptors.
Kane's doing a really good job harassing with Nami in this game as well, too, using that ebb and flow to keep OQ healed up. And look at this, Tucson in trouble, has to flash. OQ jumping in, can he get the kill? Not quite. Aqua Prison onto Sunstar, though. OQ had already turned around, and maybe he should have kept going, taking a lot of damage himself now.
They still have summoners, though.
They did, but here comes Wisdom.
Not going to find
anything.
the gank he needs, OQ, with all his summoner spells up. And they blew 2 summoners for free right there. This is why Kane and OQ are really the premier bottom lane of Najin, because they can force situations like this in even matchups.
Wisdom finds Watch in the tri-brush there. Watch having to back off, getting to his dual lane now. He'll be okay.
I honestly have no idea why Watch didn't Q-check that brush. He could have assumed as soon as OQ and Kane walked back forward that Jarvan would stick around and try again for another gank.
Yeah, I mean, he just saw Jarvan down there.
Yeah, exactly. Watch not. Sometimes he makes these really weird mistakes that a lot of other junglers doesn't make. He doesn't really seem like he's capable of getting into his enemy's head and playing mind games with them, or even really being able to predict where the enemy jungler will be.
Well, he's never been a big counter jungler, he's mostly just been the tank.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. A nice Aqua Prison again on the Sansar. OQ taking a lot of damage. Kane flashes for it. He gets it. First blood going to OQ, though.
Didn't actually get the ignite. It was actually just an auto. He's taking exhaust this game. It was OQ with the explosive shot, damage over time, that actually picked that one up. So Kane helping out, and that is huge, giving it over to OQ. Check this out. There's the explosive shot. Sunstar with no mana. Ebb and flow, flash, one auto, then the tick from the explosive shot, and that is Corki in a giant fireball.
Yep.
Calling Mayday, but it doesn't help. There's nobody to save him, is there, Doa?
Too late. And he has no parachute in that thing, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's only like 2 feet off the ground, but still.
It's really spectacular. For a plane that can only fly 2 feet off the ground, it's amazing that it can do like a full barrel roll like that.
Yeah.
But only when it's about to crash.
Goon taking some damage there. Here comes Tucson Wisdom. They're back. Ready to spread justice to the fields of justice.
Get double justice on the fields of justice.
That's
today.
right. They're like, well,
Goong is old. He's not really in any danger right now.
Juicent's like, well, Sanstar died, so forget him. Don't want to lane with this scrub anymore. Repot Corky, please.
Wow.
Oh, more action down the bot lane. Kane not quite connecting with that Aqua Prism. If he had, that would have been an Aqua Grave for Sanstar.
Well, I'm actually surprised Najin isn't trying to play this even more aggressively. Sure, Corky has the Sheen now, but Oki with the BF sword and Sanstar without that heal. Meanwhile, Oki with 2 summoners. They can walk up pretty heavily if they want to. Goong taking a little bit of poke. Wisdom standing there as the waves push up. And now he's going to be making a move on the blue buff of Watch, clearing out a ward with the Oracle vision from the Raptor, and he's going for it.
Yeah.
He's gonna get it.
Yeah, looks like they may not be able to stop that. Najin, Watch just nowhere nearby. And
Watch with a really weird recall timing right there.
huh.
I mean, he knows when his blue buff's coming up, so not sure why he would choose to recall right at that juncture. So easy takeaway for Wisdom, and that's one less blue buff that Goong is going to have.
Yep. Wow, look at this. Duke doing some damage to Lilac. Lilac still has that flash. Oh, flash also from Duke. Lilac not able to react in time. What a play from Duke. Wow.
And Najin just making the plays across the map, not even needing Watch's help.
Yeah, well, this is
the team we expected to see
kick
goodbye.
back, Frozen, Aqua Prison. Kane was right there, man. He wanted that kill. That's bloodthirsty.
Beautiful kick into the Aqua Prison. What a great setup from Najin. Goong, unfortunately, not able to pick up that kill himself, but now all 3 lanes dead.
Unfortunately, quote unquote. Tidal wave coming through. They don't quite get it onto Sanstar. Kane trying to make the plays here. Sanstar taking a lot of damage from OQ. OQ, though, getting bursted quite nicely, though. They get the flash from Sanstar. And another win for Najin down in that bot lane.
This is out of control right now. Najin
certainly looking that way.
Losing every single lane.
Dude.
Incredible Miracle really on the ropes. They've got to do something desperate, but they don't have the summoners in order to really force the issue.
If OQ had a little bit more health, he could totally just jump in and kill Sanstar right now.
Yeah, we're well on our
maybe there's a heal, but
we're well on our way to the biggest stomp of the season right here, Doa.
You think so?
Yeah, yep. 2 solo kills, and then
here he goes.
Watch ganking mid and mid dying as well. This is really bad.
Yep.
And they're going to take Dragon as soon as they manage to shove Sanstar out, which is going to be right now.
Yep. Wow. Najin looking really good. And it is funny to see how Watch sort of fits into all this. And he's doing what he's always done. You know, he kind of walks around and farms, and he's like, well, I'm near a lane. I suppose I'll say hi and see how things are going. It's like, oh, you're going to kill him by yourself? All right, I'll just go back and farm a little bit. I'll see you later in the game. I'll be kind of tanky then. And
he did have a really good setup on that. To give credit to Watch, that kick into the bubble was pretty sweet. And his awareness of where Kane was right there was awesome.
You know, I feel like, though, there's not a lot of planning that goes into Watch's pathing. You know, he just happens to be there, and he's like,
I feel that way as
hey,
well.
we should try to gank, guys. I'm pretty close by.
He is sort of the aimless jungler.
He is, yeah. He's a bit solo queue in that regard. You know, he just kind of looks at things and he's like, well, I guess I'm close to this lane. I'll give it a shot.
But really, his teammates, at least tonight in this first game, not really needing any of his assistance.
Yeah.
Let's see what else they've got planned out here. Good old Miracle going to clear out some wards in the river brushes, and then Sanstar taking a pretty aggressive position, knowing that Kane isn't there to back him up. So no Dragon done.
You know, it is actually really nice to get a kill on your support early on, because you get the boots and mobility and the sight zone so fast, and that's when you really get to start making a lot of plays. Kane taking some heavy poke there, though, but he managed to Aqua Prison Sanstar. But yeah, I mean, when I get an early kill and I'm able to get those 2 items, I'm like, all right, now it's on.
Here we go. Wisdom chased off from the pink ward. Goong coming in. He has already low in HP. Kane will be there, give him a quick ebb and flow to heal him back up before he...
Oh, stunned though. There we go. Flash Cataclysm onto Goong, and will he be able to get away? He will. Rift Walk. Now he has to dodge, and he can do it.
The safety dance.
That's right.
Goong succeeding in the safety dance. It's always so beautiful to see.
It is.
After the flash was down. Nice try by Frozen.
It's a Dance Dance revolution.
Not really revolting against anything.
He's revolting against being killed. He's like, say no to death. In the mid lane.
I suppose he was revolving in place while he did the safety dance. So I suppose that's
Duke's
like
like,
that kind of revolution.
He finds Wisdom. He's going to chase him away here. Wisdom
has
on the
no
run.
mana.
Yeah, Lilac's coming up, though. Duke may be able to grab this kill. I think he is. Wisdom. Oh, they stunned him for the moment, though. Duke turning on to Lilac for now, though. Can he bounce off of Lilac, possibly? Meganar coming up, and now Lilac may be in a bit of trouble.
Oh, man.
There's Meganar. Lilac pops that ult immediately. Tries to get away. Duke jumping in. He gets the flash.
Oh,
he missed.
No, he hits
He
it.
did. He got the slow. Can he get the ult, though? There's the stun again. Duke misses the slow that
coming.
time. Picking it up
Frozen
again.
is back. This guy is so dead. Oh
my
nice
gosh.
juking.
The
wow,
jukes.
he actually lasted the Meganar, but
Yeah,
Goog is
now
still
he just
on
gets
the way.
autoed to death. Duke coming in, a hop, skip, and a death. That was my least favorite event in track and field.
Really? I found it quite entertaining, but
Hop,
only
skip, death.
only as a spectator, though.
It's true, I suppose. The track coach would just stop after a while, be like, "Are you not entertained?"
Roman style.
That's right.
Well, with Frozen back, not really any kind of possible response right there. Goog will get this next blue buff after being denied the first one, and this is, they tried to give Lilac that lead early. Lilac, not really an Aurelia player, it would seem.
Apparently not. Well, or probably someone who hasn't played Aurelia professionally in a long time. We'll put it that way.
He's just not the kind of player who's able to pull these carry champs off particularly well. Now a Sunfire Cape for Duke, so he will be hard pushing that lane moving forward. 2 kills on him.
Yep.
Both solo kills. Turning around that one. Wisdom walking into the top side, getting himself caught out with no mana. And Lilac died for his sins.
I guess so. What a guy. OQ and Kane still putting a lot of pressure onto this bot lane. Oh, Goog getting stunned again. Can he get away from this one? Riftwalk, there's the Cataclysm. Wisdom saved that one. They finally get a kill. IAM's first kill of the game.
Everybody dying for wards this game, Noah.
I guess so. Wars are dangerous, man.
Oh.
Wow, that was interesting.
A little bit weird interaction right there, but
They
he does get the
turret,
damage
so.
down. Onto Stonstar, forces the Valk out, and now a little bit of dirty farming, just denying as much CS as possible. Big CS lead open for OQ. And that'll continue to grow larger. He's getting very close to this Infinity Edge. Whoa, he went Brawler's Gloves before finishing Edge. I guess he had just that much money, and he's trying to push his lane advantage as much as he possibly can.
It's kind of interesting, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
got the IE anyway.
Okay.
And the Everest blade right off the bat, too.
Yeah,
Wow.
nice. Had a lot of
And the
money.
boots. He must have
He
been
is in
sitting
a
on.
really good situation right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic level of farm for 15 minutes into the game. Got that kill. Everything going so well for OQ, and this is where everything starts to get out of control for Najin. They've got this amazing scaling composition, and with the scaling composition, probably shouldn't be able to get these kills in lane that they've managed to get. Gnar soloing Aurelia, Tristana and Nami killing Corki in a Corki John lane. These are not things that should happen early.
Yeah, these are some major
IAM
outplays that we're seeing here.
IAM is just getting dominated.
Yeah. Goong, he's down on CS here. Hasn't been able to get a kill yet, but should be okay with the way the rest of his team is doing.
I mean, he blind picked the Kassadin, confident in his late game abilities, and there's
Yep.
with Goog's Kassadin, he's so good on it. You can see he has a 66% win rate on this champion. Not really a concern. He knows he's going to get a bad matchup if they make that early pick.
Yep.
But Goong's ability to team fight in the late game as Kassadin has proved its worth time and time again.
Definitely has.
Kane now lurking in the side rush.
And Tucson up in the mid lane, too. Carries have been left alone in bot for now. Oh, look at this, though. Tucson and Frozen. Nope, Frozen turns back to mid, but Tucson coming back down.
So Najin, Dragon coming up here in just a couple of minutes. They'll have an opportunity to pick up their second of the game. Wisdom and Frozen trying to get a gank right here. They do see this Nami. Nami is aware that there's a ward in that brush, reluctant to clear it out, doesn't want to get hit by Xerath, poked out.
Yeah.
He waits for Frozen to return to mid lane and use some of his abilities before he goes after that ward. That's just smart play.
Yep.
Very,
Not
very
taking that
safe.
risk.
No risk at all. And now Lilac loses his turret. This is just a disaster. This is a
Lilac
train
may
wreck.
lose more than his turret here. Duke gets behind him. Lilac has to flee into his own jungle now. Oh, gets slowed. There is a flash for Duke. He can flash and ult him against the wall. Lilac taking more damage. Duke is just having fun with this one. Tries for the stun. Doesn't quite get it. Throws another building. Wow.
Killed
I
by
can't believe
minions.
this.
Lilac just absolutely destroyed
I can't believe how...
in top. Duke.
Oh, Lilac. I can't believe how badly Duke is beating him. This is Gnar versus Aurelia,
This
man.
is like some flame level domination. We haven't
Yeah.
seen this big of a top lane stomp in quite some time.
No kidding.
And it's been all solo too. In fact, Lilac died when his jungler was up there in presumably a 1v2 situation because Wisdom just didn't have the HP and mana to continue a fight.
Yeah.
So in fact, like, it's been even better, I would say, a little bit for Lilac. At least he had some sort of support. Topside watch, not really focusing.
Lilac's
On the
Triforce
top
is
lane.
going to be so late.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He should have it right now.
Yep.
And he's about, what is that, 800 gold?
Look at this, a tier 2 already taken out by
my
Duke at 19 minutes.
Jeez.
Seriously, wow, Kane taking a lot of damage. There's the tidal wave.
teleport. Here
Teleport
comes
coming in for Duke. Yeah, Kane dodging the ult. Can't quite dodge Wisdom, though, as he's going to go down. They do get the return kill on him, though. Teleport coming in. Dragon is alive, so Najin can potentially transition this into a dragon if they want to.
they
They have to survive the fight, though. Watch taking a lot of damage. Duke on the escape now. He's mini-Gnar. Gets into the dragon
Star
pit.
got the red buff out of that as well. OQ
Yeah.
stopped autoing it. They lose 2 members in a rather foolish
Whoops.
fashion. Instead of just going for the dragon, Najin really overcommitting, getting cocky.
Well, it seems like Kane was trying to go deep in ward again, and all these kind of silly fights start from junglers and supports trying to get in some deep wards.
Lilac not actually going to try for the dragon, however.
Yep.
Instead, just going and recalling. So Kane,
Yeah, see? More warding.
yeah, wasn't in the same position as Watch. Two-sided Wisdom making a play again, being in the right place. And here come the ports. Goong is going to face check a bush
Yeah.
and die to Lilac. I mean, that's just silly. That's just silly. Don't
That
do
is... Don't do silly things in front of Monte Cristo.
Well, that gave the Trinity Force to Lilac.
Yeah, I mean, after Duke has done so much work shutting him down in the top lane.
I mean, it's still like 3 minutes late. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's a very poor situation for Lilac in general, particularly if he's expected to split push against this Gnar, who is already so tanky. Goong taking some additional damage.
Duke's about to be Mega Gnar. Coming down through that ward again. Hey, they hit Wisdom with a building. They slow him down. Watch getting close. More slows coming in from Duke.
Duke's boulder accuracy has been so good this game.
Yeah, no kidding. He's almost mini-Gnar again, though.
That's why
I
they
am
gotta
waited
take
out.
this quickly and then
Yes,
retreat.
they do. Duke trying to zone. There we go. They should be able to get it. They do.
Second dragon of the game to Najin now.
Yep.
Sonstar
Meanwhile,
smartly pushing up that turret. Wisdom is
Oh.
lurking in the brush.
good knock-up there, turning around on him. Nice tidal wave by Kane, though. Good Aqua Prison as well, and Najin's going to turn this one around.
Geez.
That is huge. OQ is going to be able to get the kills now. The resets coming in. Pushes Frozen away. Couldn't quite get the kill there.
Summoner heal, saving Frozen a bit right there.
Yeah, Frozen managed to pick up a kill himself as well and all of that.
Yeah.
Great tidal wave from Kane, though. That was dangerous otherwise. And it looks like they're going to try to take down OQ, but Frozen not quite able to do it with the ult.
Not enough damage, and
Yep.
that'll be a dragon and a 1-for-2. Tier 2 tower remains standing at the same time, so they couldn't get that objective. Najin will use Duke to clear out their top side, make sure that they don't lose anything off of that.
Watch
So
this tidal wave.
it was a
Oh,
good try
so good.
from Wisdom. Like you said, great tidal wave. Now right here, Frozen gets kicked in. That's the mistake. Right there, mispositioning from OQ. He jumped over to get Jarvan, Wisdom, but Watch had already set up a great insect to get Frozen forward.
Yeah.
If OQ had just stood there, he would have killed everybody on that team.
Oh, Goong having to flee from Sonstar there. You know, it's a good thing for Najin that we're criticizing them for how they could have won more than they won. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. But
these are the kind of problems you want to have.
He didn't see Watch going in like that because Watch actually did have a fantastic kick onto
He's
the
had a
Xerath.
couple good kicks
He
today.
really just spoon-fed OQ with Xerath.
Yeah.
And OQ decided to bounce the opposite direction instead.
Oops.
Had he just autoed the Xerath that was handed to him, he could have just kept moving forward and trusted in his team to take out the Jarvan on the side.
Wow. Duke pushing all the way down that lane again. He's got his Banshee's Veil now, and he's got Warden's Veil. It's nothing that Lilac can do against
Who
this.
is going to kill this Gnar? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody is. The answer is no one. No one's going to kill this Gnar. OQ moving towards that last Whisper at the moment. Or maybe he'll just go for Vamp Scepter and
yeah.
the Bloodthirster. Yeah. Actually, considering that there's not very much armor on Incredible Miracle right now.
I like the way that Kane is itemizing, actually. He's really emphasizing getting a lot of health this game. Already has that Ruby Sightstone and another Ruby Crystal on top of that, so really trying to be resilient against the poke from Frozen and Sunstar and maybe the engage from Lilac.
Well, he's
kind
going,
of a cool change.
Yeah, he's going for Aegis, which, with considering how much money his team has compared to the enemy, I think is perfectly fine. He's got the kill, he's got those 4 assists, and he's making it work so that his tanks can build more selfishly.
Yeah.
Watch standing at a ward.
You just don't see a lot of Ruby Sightstones these days, so I like that little change to pick that up first for just a little health boost.
Yeah, I think that's cool as well.
Yeah.
Plus that one ward sometimes, if you have to move your wards from top side to bottom side or push your ward line forward, can be very useful.
That is true. And not a lot of people building up to Ruby Sightstone anymore.
That's expensive.
It is, yeah. It's expensive, and you, if you ward well, you don't really need it most of the time.
Right.
Oh, they get the red buff. Can they get away? Yep. No problem at all.
OQ actually taking away the red buff that game. Goong just trying to wave clear in the middle.
Yep.
Keeping Frozen
Here
stuck
we go.
there. Dangerous place to be warding. Watch does take...
Wow, OQ doing a lot of damage to Wisdom.
I don't know if Wisdom walking up and poking him with a Q is really worth it right there.
Well, I think the life totals kind of tell us the answer to that question, don't they? No mystery there. Oh, Tidal Wave comes through. Looks like OQ is going to be able to pick up a kill. Wisdom just couldn't stay away, could he? He kept trying to poke the Tristana, and that's what happens when you poke a Tristana. They're going to get mid-turret out of this as well, too. Everyone dodging or trying to dodge that ult from Frozen, but not taking a whole lot of damage from it.
He just doesn't... He's been farming well, and he's really the only person who has any kind of items on his team at the moment.
Yeah.
But Najin already with a lot of extra tank stats to nullify Frozen's example to his advantage.
Oh, he was standing in a ward. Oh, wow. What do you do against that?
I love OQ and Kane's mindset towards making plays like that.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, that's really the difference. Zephyr and Pure are good players, but they're not players who are going to try something like that ever.
Yeah, they're definitely my favorite bot lane right now.
They really have a high degree of synergy. You can tell their communication is very good, and they can play back. They can play passive if they choose to, but they can also create opportunities that Zephyr simply will not do. They're a bit more creative when it comes to how they play out the game, and OQ just much more aggressive. And it's paid off in dividends this game.
Yeah.
Coming up with that really solid early kill, and now he's transitioned 3-0 and 2. Huge number of items for 25 minutes. Already with the last Whisper completed, he is going to melt Incredible Miracle, especially Lilac has, his armor is Ninja Tabby. I mean, he will not survive this Tristana.
Yep. Well, Kane gets hit with the whirlwind, but it doesn't matter. The end. Good story, huh?
You tell the best League of Legends stories, Doa.
That's right. HBO is going to make a TV series of that story. It's going to be really violent, though. OQ gets the bot tier 2 turn. Wow, pushes Sunstar back. Ult comes in from Frozen, though. Can OQ escape? He does with the flash. Took a lot of damage, though. His team needs to save him. Watch on the run as well. Kane, he has the tidal wave. He can zone if they need to, and he may need to pop that right now. or soon?
Lee Sin F safeguard.
I
Joke's
guess
on
so.
you, Doa.
Well, because I wanted him to do it so they could turn and get a bunch of kills.
Wow, with Okyu solo, he is the really fed one on that team. Now, can they delay this dragon until Okyu can get back in there? Okyu
I don't
playing a
think
bit
so.
too aggressively. He may give up the dragon as a result. Will Najin go in on this and just wait for Okyu to walk there? No.
Nope. They
no
can give
risk
it up.
taking. Oh, yeah, they can give it up. It's not really a big deal.
Yep. Duke nearly Mega Gnar.
Well, Okyu needs to be more careful if he doesn't have that kind of vision. Getting collapsed on by 3 and chunked out so your team can't take a dragon is not the best League of Legends play, even
Looks
if
like
you do have a colossal, huge, mega, tremendous advantage like they have.
They're going to trade that dragon for the tier 2 turret. Gung in a little bit of trouble here. Rift walks over the wall. Lilac pops his ultimate. Kane taking a lot of damage. Nice whirlwind, or nice tidal wave rather, is response. And here comes Okyu. He's back, and he's mad. And he's going to give Duke a kill and Gung a kill because he's a nice guy.
And now they're just going to walk straight over to Baron.
Yep.
And easily secure that objective unless Wisdom comes up with a miracle steal. He did have one very nice steal against Jin Air that really turned game 3 around.
He did. Baron still rocking the winter apparel.
Someday he'll decide that Christmas is over. But Baron, he just really loves the holidays. He can't let it go.
Well, Baron's the type. Oh, Frozen trying to ult here, but Baron's the type. As soon as Christmas is over, he puts up those Valentine's Day decorations. Frozen couldn't steal it with the ult.
Also,
Najin gets the Baron.
Sloppy by Najin right there.
Yeah.
You want to wait for that Xerath ult to be over. I know Lilac's coming up, and he has that teleport, but that move carried a certain amount of risk to it that there would be a snipe with the Xerath ultimate. Watch. Gets a good smite down, though, and secures the Baron buff for his team. Everybody's just going to clear out some lanes and then recall.
Wow. They've got 2 randoms now, too.
Sunstar is very sad at the moment.
I would say so. Not as sad as Lilac, probably, though.
Lilac confirmed the most sad player of this team.
Top sad NA.
And now another red buff will be taken by Okyu. Total vision control over that bottom side jungle. Okyu now has a Vamp Scepter, so he's got even more sustain in these fights. It's like Gung will split push in the bottom side. Duke sees himself up into the top lane, and now everybody else will rocket down mid. And what are they going to do? A lot of super minions. Not super minions. Baron empowered minions. Mega minions. Whatever.
Right.
Purple minions.
Power minions.
Power minions. There you go.
Because just knowing that Baron was killed by your team just makes you that much more bloodthirsty.
Duke starts taking some laser fire right there thanks to his Sunfire.
Yeah.
Be careful with that item sometimes.
True.
And they are able to clear out these cannon minions, but Okyu just going to town on this tower.
No kidding. Wow.
Geez.
I mean, you can't defend all 3 inhibitor turrets at once. I am is learning.
Now
here comes Mega Gnar. Oh, Lilac dodges the building. Well, the building dodges Lilac, which is more accurate there.
Some more damage. Xerath Q will miss, so they can't poke out Okyu.
Yep. And there it is. First inhibitor down for Najin. And they are done pushing for the moment. Gung may push up the bot lane a little bit more. Looks like they may not be done after all.
I don't think they're done.
Yeah, I guess they don't need to
haven't
be,
really
do they?
taken much poke damage. Frozen has to play so far back at the moment. And Okyu neatly sidestepping every burst of electricity that's thrown at him.
Yep.
No.
Oh! Duke needs to be careful. Wisdom thought he could come over the wall, but look at this.
Right.
Gung in the meantime.
Okay.
Gung and Okyu just taking down whatever they want.
And now Lilac starting to commit right here. Here comes the Gnar TP.
Yeah, that's right. Teleporting in. Duke is Mega Gnar again. Lilac taken out before Duke can even do anything. They're going to take another inhibitor, and I think this game is going to end very soon. Yeah, there goes the first Nexus turret. Duke just tanking a lot of that. And they can back off for now. The super minion's starting to come in the mid lane, though.
Yeah, now with that first super minion here with only one Nexus turret left to defend should be quite easy, even with the Baron buff removed, but looks like they're going to play it safe.
All right.
I can't say I disagree with that.
Yeah, I can't blame them there. Oh, OQ nearly getting taken out. He walked right into that third one. Oops.
This is the point where you just get a GA.
Duke?
He was recalling before Wisdom interrupted him.
Oh, Wisdom.
Oh, Wisdom.
Wisdom, you have aired. Taking a lot of damage there. But Wisdom's like, joke's on you. I'm close to my fountain. I can just go back and heal.
So final push incoming. Looks like it will be a bloodthirster for OQ, just to have that overshield so he can avoid situations like he just experienced. Super minions will be knocking at the gates in top and bottom lane by the time Najin manages to return all the way across the map. Are they going to go for this dragon, I wonder?
Well, it's not. Yeah, I guess any dragon at this point is significant, but they don't need it per se. All they need is like one pick, and then they can just end the game.
Oh, speaking of picks.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Run, Lilac.
Lilac maybe
Flee.
presenting that. Fly, you fool. Oh, boy. Operation Get Lilac. Will not be a very hard operation, apparently.
No, it's actually one of the easiest operations they've ever had.
Dodging around. Look at the moves. Ooh, Lilac. Lilac, that was impressive. Still going to die, but wow. He delayed.
He did delay. Actually, Duke getting the Aegis this time as we take a look. Kane just going straight into Cowl, actually, with that. So increased tankiness for himself.
Oh, no. OQ gets completely blown up. Oh, OQ, what are you doing?
That was really, really dumb by OQ. He's walking up to the wave. He sees no one defending Spirit like these super minion pushes. I don't know what he thought was going to happen right there.
Well, now the game will go on for another 10 minutes.
It's all right. Sometimes you make these mistakes. OQ's like, damn it.
Yeah. Looks pretty bad, OQ. Sorry. No MVP for you this game. It's going to go to Duke. I can already feel it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to get MVP after doing something like that.
No, I don't think so. Although, we did see Kuro walk into the inhibitor turret and die yesterday and still get MVP.
I don't know. I think that was just really, he's just not even paying attention in this game anymore. Yeah. You can tell he's assuming that he's won, and you know what, Doe, he's right. They're 13-game gold ahead, but it did just...
Oh, Nami, shut up.
Does mean that Nami won't shut up for a few more minutes.
Yep. Oh, well.
But it may mean a second dragon, or a second Baron, rather. For Najin, they already have those 3 dragon stacks. They did clean it up during OQ's gray screen absence.
It's true. All right, brain reactivated, OQ's return.
It's now time for laughing in front of the Baron.
Yep.
Everybody likes speed shrine sound effects.
Whoosh. I ride the wind. Oh, that's just Janna.
Oh, Wisdom. He knows what's coming. He's looking for a steal. They don't see him in the base right now.
Ooh. Here comes
the
Baron.
Gonna do this? They should just wait until Super Minions push in. Okay, whatever. YOLO.
Yeah. Oh, they're turning around. Now they're turning around again. Super Minions are in the base.
Oh, they found Wisdom. He's been discovered.
Uh-oh.
His secret operation has been ruined.
Oh, goodbye, Wisdom.
Kane, the bloodthirsty support, picking up the kill. Tucson
I
valiantly defending against Super
okay,
Minions.
Sandstar's there too. I was going to say, I don't think Janna can defend against Super Minion waves too well. Najin just taking the Baron. Reach. Oh, they're going to wait for it now, yeah.
Now that there is no teleport threat, they can just wait.
Reach doesn't give them any dessert after dinner if they don't win with Super Minions in the enemy base.
The Winions are the mandate of Najin.
It's true.
He's like, no, this is our signature move.
The 6th man.
It's our signature move. This is how Najin wins games. This is who we are. It's our identity.
Don't you dare disgrace me with a Super Minionless win.
No one touch the Nexus.
That's right.
Only the Super Minions may touch the Nexus.
That's right. Oh, here they come, taking another inhibitor down, freeing the Divine Super Minions to do their work. Oh, wards everywhere.
Should be a simple matter. Get this next inhibitor that is currently
I think so.
nice and unprotected in this bottom lane. And
Yep.
Goong will last hit that, stab it with his Void Pizza arm.
Okay. And Najin backing off. They're like, Baron, 2 inhibitors down, not enough. We need to take every objective.
Najin is one of the most meticulous teams that we have in
Yeah,
Champions. They don't really care how long it takes to get the win, as long as they do it in the safest way possible. So, can't blame them. This is technically a sound way to play League of Legends, as long as you don't randomly sacrifice your AD carry to the...
Well, your AD carry doesn't randomly sacrifice himself, really.
Self-sacrifice to the great gods of League of Legends.
It's not to the greater good, though. It's just bad.
The greater bad.
To the badder bad.
The greater bad.
To the greater bad. For the greater bad. There goes the inhibitor. For the greater bad. For I am. And now it's time. There's a tidal wave coming through. They catch Frozen with it, going after that second Nexus turret. Kane taking a little bit of the laser. 5v5. Shield on the Nexus turret.
Yeah, the super minions going to be coming in once more. OQ just making sure this bottom lane is nice and shoved up.
They need super minions from all 3 lanes to make it a real win.
Otherwise, it's just not quite Najin enough.
That's right. Oh, here we go. Big engage there. Duke comes ahead for the ultimate. Everyone jumping in. Lilac does not last long. There goes the Nexus turret, and the Nexus will not last long either. There it is. GG, and Najin takes a very convincing game 1.
Well, winning all 3 lanes, kills across the board, solo kills galore for Duke. And OQ and Kane showing how good they are at getting that lane advantage once again. And after a win like that, that was just 100% dominated by Najin, you have to wonder, why don't they just run Kane and OQ more?
I know. Really makes you think, gee, what would have happened if Kane and OQ just would have been playing the whole time, huh?
But very good. And Najin showing that in spite of their 1-3 record, they are still certainly a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. The funny thing is that even if they win this match, all they can do match score-wise is tie IM at 2-3.
Yeah, they may be able to take a map advantage, though, and own the tiebreaker. So there's some value in doing that for sure. But Najin playing very confidently. Goong finishing out that game in spite of some early troubles in the laning phase, but to be expected when